Um, Styles kind of evolved that way. Going back to the bass for a second, naturally the two ways you can play a string instrument. You can play pizzicato with your fingers, which is pluck. You can also bow it. I don't have a bow, but you can bow it, and it usually sounds nice. So one of the biggest challenges for this instrument, and for the cello and for the violin, that most people will spend the larger halves of their lives working on is intonation. You spend a lot of time working on intonation, and I think that's one of the biggest things that's been a challenge for me as well, because that's one note, that's another note, that's another note. So that's something that the bow is actually really great for. Do we have any bass players in the crowd, for instance? You play bass, don't you? You play bass. You want to come try? Yes. Yeah, good. No, I mean, that's So, stance, very quickly. You want to stand with your legs apart, just not too apart, and just bring it in right there.
So how do I bend my support? Is that about it?
No. You want to lean it into. You want to lean it into, so your right hand motion just kind of drops. You know what I mean?
So what about that?
So wait, just no. So you stand on your side, and then you see this edge. It kind of comes right between your clutch, right there. To a point that you don't really have to support it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're taller than you, so we need to crank it up, but then we'll do that later. Yeah, that's kind of it. So now you want to drop your hand as low as you can right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not that far. Be comfortable. I think that's really.
And
you look
the
uncomfortable, so just lean it into for a second. Bring that leg a bit more. There you go. Yeah. Does that feel a bit better?
Yeah, it's coming more comfortable.
Yeah. So this thing is, and you don't have to be so stiff. So just relax right now. You don't have to. Yeah. So you have to Why don't you put your left hand down? Just use your left hand.
The thing is, I'm still having like a little difficulty balancing the thing.
Okay, we can crank it up for you. That's no problem. Because of the weather, everything's like kind of swollen up a bit. So getting that rod out will become a bit of a problem. There, I think that's probably a bit closer to where you want it to be. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you look good. You look good, yeah, there we go. So when you put your left hand down for just a second, and you get a feel of it, use it to support the instrument. There we go. So now with your right hand, you want to try play a note. Now you want to pull a lot harder than that. So
where do I in a bass you're just you're hanging in air, right? So where do I rest my...
So the thing is, with the electric bass, you use the tips of your fingers. You use the pickup and you use the tip of your fingers to pull these notes. But on the double bass, you use the entire side of your hand to pull the note.
Okay.
There you go. And you end up resting your thumb about where it is. Yeah. You want to be a bit lower than that. You want to come down a bit. See, the higher you go, the less definition of note you
Dude, I can't even see the
What?
board, man. I don't know where I am.
I was supposed to see it because seeing it's not going to do anything. But you see, so now what he's doing is he's trying to play faster notes. But because he's trying to play faster notes, he's not actually digging in. And unless you dig, you don't really get a note.
So you really have to block it out.
So you have to go for it. Yeah.
This is way harder than I can.
Left hand is a different workshop day. So we're not going to get into left hand right now. Most bass players on the standard Simandl do not use their third finger. Your third finger is your weakest finger. Guitar players and electric bass players are not excused. You're meant to use all four.
Well, I can get a note out of my...
You can, but the thing is when you start playing passages and you start... See, the thing is it's not so much about what you can and what you can't do. But when you start learning how to play the instrument, you have to learn it with fingering, and you have to make sure that your biggest challenge is shifting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your fingers become the parameter basically.
Yeah, it's a mix of muscle memory, of just knowing where that note is, and then responding to what you hear. And if it's always a little sharp or a little flat, then you pump up and you move.
And it's always this, I saw you shifting
So now when passages get harder, you can use two fingers.
But
two is usually enough. Yeah.
With this thing happening?
You need the depth. You have, I mean, you have bass players when they start playing really fast passages, or they're playing those, you know, like 320, 300 BPM kind of tunes, that you can compromise on depth and you just kind of fly through it a bit. But on the whole, you know, yeah. Does someone else want to come and try? You want to come and try, man? Or anybody? You do? Alright, we'll have all of you on one by one, don't we? This is good because I don't have much to talk about, so
fine,
this is good.
Fine.
Alright, no problem, dude. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Okay, let's get the tall guy, then